Euro USD. Now we are based on 1 hour chart. Before we analyze the chart for the next week, I wanna refer to back to my last video. Based on my last video, the price was here. We expect the price to get the correction. We expect the price to drop to somewhere around here. Then we look for buy. As we can see, the price dropped, but it didn't exactly go to this move. Then from there reverse, and there was no sell setup, because based on this correction we have it, there was a sell setup, but not proper sell setup. And even if anyone get the sell setup, from what we can see here, they should take out the trade. I can show based on lower time frame. Based on the 15 minutes, we can see this is not the sell setup we wanted. Anyway, anyone want, based on how we analyze, anyone take this as a correction for the sell. When they see this one, at least they should take out the trade or move their stop loss to break even. Okay, because this source of the correction, when we see, the only way we need to protect our trade, at least move our stop loss to break even. Okay, then again, based on our analysis, we expect the price to drop, then we look for buy. The buy was only by this correction. Okay, the reason I highlight this one, I want to see sometimes how we trade it, because when we see the price drop, then we look for buy. See, the price drop, there was no, based on, even we can see there was no flag for a small correction, I mean the flat for sell. And when we say the price comes somewhere around here, it didn't exactly come there. Okay, but what we expect, the move down and move up we get. This is how we trade it, and I hope the traders have their own strategy for the trade, because how they trade this one, whether they trade or not, it depends on the traders. But the best trade was this buy setup. But our analysis was correct. The price drop, then move. Okay. Now we want to see how we can trade for the next week. What's the trade for the next week? Okay, based on the daily chart, we want to see what we have here. Okay, now we want to see what is this one, whether this is the correction for next move down or the continuation. As you can see, for most of the charts, we have the really sharp move up. If this one continue, can we look at this one as expanding flat for the next move up? If yes, but we don't have any trade setup for buy before, based on daily chart, before we buy we need to get this trade setup. Okay, in this case we move to lower time frame. We see how we can trade it based on the 4-hour chart. All right, based on the 4-hour chart, now the question is whether I can put, if I look into only this, whether I can look at this as a correction in relative to this and this. That's in 1, 2, 3, and this correction, how high it can go, we are not sure. Shall we look for the one move down? How about the MACD? MACD showing the divergence in between these two, but not these two. Okay, then we don't have any trade setup here. It's still based on what we have, based on the 4-hour. We need to see what happened here, whether we get a correction or whether the price can drop. Based on what we have right now, I say if there is a continuation, we don't trade it. That means we need to get the trade setup. But if I see the correction here, maybe we can look for buy. Any sharp move down, a small flag, we can look for sell. The sellers can be somewhere here or here, I mean at least to here, or if there is a continuation. We need to see if the price drop, how deep it can go, because there is a possibility the price drop somewhere around here, become more complex, running flat before next move, or drop here, then we will have expanding for the next move, or this in this move again, this correction in relative to this move show us this is the one we finish and this is the one is moving down. That means we need to wait to see what we get here by next when the market open. How about the 1-hour chart? Okay, based on the 1-hour chart, we can see the divergence and we can see how this one is moving. For me, If I get the sell setup, I prefer for sell. And the most likely, I mean, if I get the trade for the any sell setup, I will trade it for. I will be more interested in the sell, but the sell whether to here or can move to this low or continuation based on the whatever I explained based on the forward chart. Okay, in this case, what I can say here before, I mean, how we're going to trade for the next week. Again, same as the forward. If there is a continuation, we don't trade it. If we want to look for buy, we need to get the correction here. That means at least the price drop or some drop, give a correction. Then, yes, we can look for buy. And the best things we are more interested, any sharp move, correction, sell, at least to here. Okay, that means whether buy or sell, we need to wait the market open, we see get the correction. We can look for the buying. That means this one continue. If we get any sharp move down, a small fly, we can look for sell. Okay, and the sell is the depends whether when it comes to here, we need to see whether there is a continuation or not, because it can be the target can be here, somewhere around here, or the continuation. How about for the buy? Okay, what we can expect for the buy, at least to move to this high. If you get any buy, at least the first take profit be somewhere around here, if there is a continuation here. Okay, now the question is, if we look for buy, where is our stop loss? At least should be somewhere around here or somewhere around here, because we can, if we see if the price drop, we can expect at least here or here based on the running and expanding flat. Okay, that means if you look for buy, minimum or at least your stop loss should be somewhere around here, but the best is here. Okay, now the question is, in terms of the risk and reward, even you take profit is here. In terms of the risk and reward, which one is a better trade? Buy. Okay, see what's the difference? Or sell, because if you see any sharp move, a small flag, your stop loss will be somewhere around here. This is a stop loss, for example, because we are not sure how deep it can be, and this one can be a flag, and this one can be take profit. Which one we want to take it? Buy or sell? We need to consider before we take the trade. That means we take the trade in terms of the risk and reward can give us a better. Okay, but how about if the price sharply drops somewhere here, flag? Do we want to trade it? No, we don't trade it. Okay, maybe we should look any trade similar, one sharp, a small flag, for example. Anyway, we don't have any trade setup. We need to wait and see what we will get here. Then from there we can make a decision. But what we are more interested, if there is a down move in terms of the risk and reward. In this case, we on a daily, when the market open, I will analyze the chart. If I get any trade setup update based on my daily analysis, I will share on YouTube. Thanks.